Alright, so after watching this movie, I just feel like I looked into a mirror and saw like an alternate dimension version of myself and the life that I could potentially live because oh my gosh, there are like so many details that also apply to me as well, and I hate that feeling so much. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strung from QuickTime Reactions, and I just got out of seeing The 40-Year-Old Virgin. It is celebrating its 20th anniversary, and they're re-releasing it back into theaters. This is, of course, the comedy classic that is directed by Judd Apatow and was also written by him and Steve Carrell, and of course stars Carrell, Romani Malco, Paul Rudd, Seth Rogen, Catherine Keener, as well as a whole host of others. And it tells the story about Andy. He is a nerd. He has all sorts of collectibles, and he works at an electronics shop with all of his buddies. But there's one thing about him. He's not had sex, meaning he's a virgin. And he's 40, hence the title of the movie. So his friends make it their mission to try and just get him at least some action from anybody that they can try to. So will Andy have sex by the end of the movie? We'll see. When the credits started rolling for this, I saw it was said Apatow Productions on it, and I was like, Apatow, like Judd Apatow, and I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And he is actually a very prolific director. He did Heavyweights back in the 90s, and he also did Trainwreck, which is also back in theaters for its 10th anniversary. So yeah, he's got a whole host of other movies under his belt as well. And it was absolutely insane to see that Apatow and Carell both wrote this movie. And I think they did a really good job on the script. Like the four friends in the circle, which are Steve Carell's Andy, Romani Malco, I forget his name, Paul Rudd, Dave, and then Cal, Seth Rogen. They did an absolutely amazing job of like, the other three besides Andy are just like, they're like trying to get him like anything and everything to try and like get him somebody just so that he can have sex. And it's absolutely hysterical. Like, for instance, they just go to a speed dating thing, and Dave bumps into his ex, which, by the way, the ex is played by Mindy Kaling. There are so many other cameos in this movie that I didn't get a chance to talk about in my cast rundown. Like, Mindy Kaling plays Dave's ex, Amy. Kevin Hart is also in this. Jonah Hill is in this as the guy in the eBay store, which is absolutely insane. Also, this is 20 years worth of hindsight. Looking back on this, when Catherine Keener's character is, I forget, named Trish. When she goes into the electronics store, Andy advises her, "Oh, don't get a VHS player because that's going to go out of style in a little bit. What you should do is you should get the VCR and DVD player. It's combo. That way you can at least have a little bit on the DVDs." And I'm just thinking like, dude, DVDs just went like the way of the dodo bird. Like they're not completely gone, but they've pretty much gone the way of the dodo bird, since 2018, when all the stuff, like, it may be before then, but like 2018 was definitely like my thought of like, who on earth is buying DVDs anymore? Like, we could just get it on streaming by 2018. So I found that funny with like, hindsight. So, um, but yeah, I again said in my intro, it's like alternate dimension me, because it's like Andy has collectibles like all over his apartment, and I'm like, dude, this is me with all of my stuff, because I have a whole lot of collectibles just around my room in my house, and it's just like, oh god, it just made me feel uncomfortable. Um, but yeah, just going back to like what his friends are trying to do, like they go to the club, and each of them is trying to like hook um, Andy up and trying to give him advice. There's one altercation that Andy has in the bookstore with Beth, played by Elizabeth Banks. Um, and it seems like he actually gets it to stick. Cal was the one that gave him that advice, and later on, after Andy and Trish have their like big argument, and he storms off, he goes to um, his friend's baby shower. He's drunk, and he goes off with Beth, and he's about to have do the thing, and she's like, "Wait, I want to get it warmed up," and she takes the shower head and goes there with it, and I'm like, "Is that what some women do to is why though? Why?" Like, why? But Cal seemed perfectly, perfectly good with that. So, to each their own. Um, but I also love the fact that Andy just rides around with a bike, and I absolutely love the fact that early on, his bike that he is riding on his way to work has rear view mirrors on it. I'm like, bro, you don't need the rear view mirrors on your bike, man. I was just like, oh my gosh, this guy's like the ultimate nerd. The funniest scene, obviously, the funniest scene is the waxing scene, where, this again, just like parallels. It's like, you see my facial hair. It's like, I become the wolf man whenever I let this grow out a lot, and my chest is almost similar to Andy's in this movie, and I've had that thought of getting it waxed, but every time that thought comes across my mind, I'm like, no, don't do that. You're going to be in so much pain, and you don't want that in your life. So I eventually taught myself out of it. But yeah, that waxing scene is absolutely hysterical. Um, and the whole movie itself is pretty hysterical. Like, just going back to the relationship between our four friends, it's like they really are friends. It's like, trying to push each other to like do stuff, and they just have like these like stupid arguments that friends would have, and the chemistry between all four of them is like really really good. um yeah, this is just, it's a really good comedy, and I think it stand the test of time, really. Really good chemistry between the cast, a really well written script, and I really liked the character arc of Andy, where he's just like, he's he he tries to, you know, get there, but like he gets stopped at that hurdle. But once he finds that person, it's like, okay, I can actually, go and do it. And I really enjoyed his character journey through that. But yeah, this movie has absolutely stood the test of time. If there is any way that you have not seen 40-Year-Old Virgin, I highly, highly recommend that you do. But that is it for my review of 40-Year-Old Virgin. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys thought of the movie. But yeah, that is pretty much it for me, guys. Be safe out there, and remember, just if you don't like pain, then don't wax your chest. How about you get like the laser? Like, I think there's laser treatment for, like, waxing your chest. So why not just do the laser stuff? That has to be less painful than waxing. Has to be, right? I don't know. And I will see you guys next time.